Right, so I've tried to make a few little comments on my way around. I haven't been out on a bike for 2 months, and prior to that I've been riding very little this last year. For a year, I mean properly, putting the bike on the back of the car, taking it up Forest of Dean, shuttling up and down on the e-bike. It's been 12 months. I haven't actually been out and ridden a bike for 2 months as of today, which is quite a long time, really. And my thoughts on that, my thoughts on today's ride and cycling are as follows. I'll give you kind of 5 points, if you like. Number 1, I pumped the tyres up too hard. I hadn't ridden this for a while. The tyres were a little bit soft, so I just went up to like 28 psi. I figured I'm going to do some cycle track and a bit of tarmac. That'll be okay. It was okay, but it's amazing how skittish that feels when you're used to quite low psi on quite thick, chunky tyres on the e-bike. Even though I haven't been riding that a while, it's been a long time since I've ridden this. Point number 2, again, comparing to riding the e-bike and shuttling up and down hills, you don't spend quite so much time sitting down as you do when you go out on a hardtail on a general kind of urban, suburban kind of route like I've done, cycle tracks, a few little byways and whatnot. And I definitely have missed padded shorts today. The old sit bones feel a little bit out of condition, let's just say. So that was an interesting ride, but there are positives. I think what I learned today was this took me back 10 years and what it first felt like getting out on a bike. Bit of freedom, bit of fresh air, no stress, no worries, no timetable, no nothing. And this has made me really feel what I first enjoyed about mountain biking. It's not to say I haven't enjoyed the downhills and the bike parks and all that kind of stuff. I can't say I've ever been very good at it, but I have enjoyed all of that. But today, I've really enjoyed just a pedal, nothing more. I've pushed up a couple of hills. I mean as in I've pushed myself up a couple of hills, not pushed the bike. I've never been much of a climber. That was tough. And I've exerted myself a little bit, which is good. I've had a fairly decent sweat on. I've learnt that my quads, my pedaling muscles aren't really what they should be. But, that was what it was like when I first started riding bikes, I guess. So, yeah, I've really enjoyed just a pretty non-gnarly, fairly standard, innocuous, cross-country, urban-y kind of ride today with nothing too technical. It's been really good. It took me back to the beginning of what I learnt to enjoy and appreciate about mountain biking, if you want to call it mountain biking. No time scale, no agenda. I had a loose agenda. I was going to go to Chippenham, get a coffee from Greg's and come back. I got a coffee and a Danish. Do you know? I mean, I already went off-piste as soon as I got to Greg's. Coming back, the freedom of not, having a time limit, not having, like, if I'm out with the dogs, for instance, I've got an agenda with the dogs. I need to get them back because I got one with little legs, I got one with old legs. You can't just go, oh, let's try this way, let's go up that hill, let's just add a little bit on. You can't keep doing that. You have to kind of plan that. And as much as I love taking those boys out, and I will never tire of taking them out, it was actually quite nice today to have my time, my agenda, my rules, of which there were none really today, other than just to pedal wherever I felt I wanted to pedal. Yeah, that's kind of what old school sort of cycling and mountain biking was about for me. I've had this bike, this Rockhopper, for just coming up to 4.5, 5 years now, and I don't know what sort of mileage I've done on it. I've tracked some, but this bike hasn't done a huge amount because I've had my trail bike and my e-bike. But I've done like 1,000 miles on this now, and it hasn't skipped a beat. And I've obviously done some basic running maintenance on it, but basically this bike, if I had to choose one bike out of all three in the shed right now, I think this would be the one. And it seems crazy, I've got a e-bike, a trail bike. I think this really, if I was forced to say, right, you're only allowed to have one bike and do one kind of biking from now on, I think I would take this for, a hardtail, nothing particularly special, but and this'll do me. I've enjoyed today. And that's it really. I'll see you soon, hopefully.